Welcome to the Peeew! Live from Outrage!
The Outrage Party!
At Breakfast Room on Eldridge Street.
The lovely Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Perfectly gentrified for your comfort. No more fear of getting hit by the junkies with the baseball bat.
I never was afraid of that. I was
Apparently not.
Tonight, though, we have a very special treat. The artist John Barwick has given us a beautiful installation. Well, not this installation, but the installation.
No, there's it's in the next room. There's an awesome installation by the dance floor, and we're going to show you a video clip of it right now.
Look at that video clip of it right now.
I loved it.
And it's all done with paper. He did the whole, he does it, he makes these little, everything is sort of put together off site, and then he comes in, just solve it. It took him only 4 hours to put that whole wall up. I really want to do the whole dance floor.
It's really awesome, especially because of the impermanence of it. I love the idea of having something that could just so easily be ruined by the fling of a drink.
And, which it was just now. And, he said, Michael, some fat girl just sat down and flung her coat up on the thing. And the person next to me said, well, it is a nightclub. I said, yes, but it's not a zoo. And then he said, could you ask them to move?
Zoo is on Tuesday nights, right?
It reminds me no. It reminds me a lot of the Kenny Sharp room at Palladium. It's not...
And Rehab is Wednesday nights.
That wasn't in paper, not in paper, but visually it reminds me of...
Yeah, the Kenny Sharp room, which one? The one at Palladium or the one at Tunnel?
Palladium.
Okay, which one did you like better, the one at Palladium or the one at Tunnel?
Well, the one at Tunnel was more functional. The one at Palladium looked better, I thought. But it was also so out of the way. A lot of people didn't even really know about it.
Yeah, it wasn't actually very comfortable to hang out in that room. Like the one at the Tunnel was very comfortable.
Yeah, and it was.
And I spent hours there.
Oh, yes. But the one in the basement of Palladium was A, hard to get to, B, small. You know, though, that kind of a room, I don't know how they kept it up, but brightly colored day glove carpeting, striped day glove carpeting, and all these little intricate things glued to the...
With all those vodka cranberries.
I mean, you can't keep... The upkeep of that must have been...
Worse than keeping our house clean.
Yeah. But,
so we're here for a very serious event, actually. All joking aside.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's not here yet. I was at his
Tonight is Keoki's farewell swan song. Goodbye. His goodbye tour. His one-stop goodbye tour.
You know,
much like Cher had her goodbye tour.
I hope that's what it's like. I hope it's like the Cher goodbye tour. It's not actually a goodbye tour at all. Because the idea is, I don't know. It's too soon for it. I don't want to say that.
Yeah, as many of you may be aware, Keoki's going to rehab. Some of you may have seen his lengthy post on Facebook about it.
Edited.
Which is edited by Michael because he thought that it needed punctuation.
Yeah, in order to express.
And then he calls me and says, did you see that horrible message that Keoki put on Facebook? And I thought, yeah, it was very sad. And he's like, no, it didn't have punctuation.
I mean, I was really on top of him about that. He's like, Michael, do you think that people are really going to be paying attention to punctuation? I said, well, yes. I mean, I was paying attention to it, but
and you were outraged.
I was outraged. But even if they're not paying attention to it outwardly, it's something that registers subconsciously.
All right. Well, more about Keoki's rehab plans after this break.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back, and we are
live at Outrage.
And it's a bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
Party.
I mean, Keoki's going to rehab. I'm actually very happy that he's going. It's through the years of his drug addiction, he has made me very sad. He has hurt my feelings, and he's made me very angry.
Well, he hasn't ever made you happy?
He's made me happy too, but like the drug addiction has affected our friendship.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, but the thing is, in the past, especially ever since the situation with, I saw it sort of escalating up until the situation with Colby. And then after the situation with Colby, I actually saw a de-escalation. I saw him kind of take it very seriously and backpedal a little bit.
But you've only witnessed his drug addiction in the time that you've been out of prison.
Yes.
I mean, like for those of us who were around, I mean, we've been watching a drug addiction for like 20 years.
Okay, well, yeah.
I mean, it's gotten progressive. To me, it seemed like it was getting progressively worse, and it got really bad when he moved to New York.
Again, I wasn't here, so I oh, there's Jason. Jason, what do you think of the artwork, Jason?
Right?
Yep.
Nice. What's going on, buddy?
So, ladies and gentlemen, Jason, Boogie is in the house. Guess what we should do? We should announce people at the celebrity party.
Okay.
Well, we did that at Love Gun. Remember?
Oh yeah. Well, we should do it here.
Okay, we'll do it.
Jason Boogie's in the house. We're filming the Peeew.
I got some really good cocaine.
Oh god.
Caught on tape.
Really good. I'm sorry about
The
that.
Peeew, the shockumentary.
Without Michael.
So,
Isn't that funny?
so how long is Keoki going to be in rehab for?
Well, it's indefinite.
Where's my bitch?
He says on his, if you read his thing on Facebook, it says indefinite. I think
I mean, rehab is never indefinite because it's so expensive that it definitely ends at some point.
yeah, I think
Mark Baker is
guessing
doing that.
somewhere between 69 days.
Well, I really hope that he pulls through it and that he's able to, achieve his sobriety and that he's able to come back to the clubs. And my biggest fear is that, sometimes they try to indoctrinate you in rehab, that people, places, and things, and that you have to sever all ties with people from your past.
Okay, so the apartment that he was staying in was being secured by the police because it was a crime scene, basically. And they kicked them out so they could sift through everything, and they weren't allowed to take anything. The cops went and they looked all the drawers and everything, and then they left the apartments unlocked. And when Keoki went back today, even there were two squatters living there.
As is likely to happen in New York City.
Right. And
Well, did all his stuff get stolen?
no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nothing was stolen.
That's likely to happen
but
too.
He said the squatters were really cute. And so he was, so he called me and he asked me to come over and help get them out of the apartment. So I went over to the apartment. I was at James' house, and so in Long Island. So he asked me to come over, and I took an Uber all the way from Long Island to James' house. And when I got there, he was asleep, and he wouldn't know who he was. And so I got there, I drove all that way, and then it was late to see you.
Now, if they had been noisy squatters, he would have been sleeping.
That's true. Well, yeah, apparently he just asked him to leave it or left.
Oh, okay. Well, that was easy.
But, yeah.
Well, we're rooting for you, Keoki.
Yes, we are.
Good luck.
And that's what I wanted to say. Is that some people were saying that you shouldn't be having parties and that sort of thing. You should be celebrating. We're not. This isn't it is a party, but I mean, it's a party just because it's in a nightclub. What it really is a gathering of Keoki's friends to show support. That we support his decision, and that we support anybody's decision, really.
Yeah,
to make because it's a hard decision to make.
It's for the best.
Well, and it's a hard decision to make, especially when you're in the public eye, because what it's saying basically is, I've been wrong all this time. I've been making a mistake all this time. My choices have been wrong, and I've been, not exactly living a lie, but I've been making the wrong choices. And it's hard to admit that, especially living in the fishbowl of being in the public eye and having, being under the microscope of the media. So for him to make that decision, I think it's worth supporting, especially if you're in the media, which I guess is considered the media. So we should be supporting that.
And we do.
And we do.
We love you. See you next time.
Yep. Bye.